Hello, and welcome to an exciting edition of Hidden in the Universal Vault. I'm Ryan, your host, and welcome to my re-review. Yes, I'm covering. This is going to be the first episode, the first re-review. So the first re-review movie I'm going to re-review. So for the re-review, I welcome you to my re-review of Hop. Now, Hop was a movie I have covered on the channel, but it was very early in the series. I think it was one of the first years I did for Hit UV. So I figured for Hit UV, I figured we go ahead and do re-review this. And I feel like, well, Easter's coming up. Why don't we go ahead and do an Easter review? Don't worry, we'll get to a new review in the week. After Easter, you'll see a new movie review, something I've never seen. So I wanted to cover Hop. And yeah, so Hop is going to be the re-review. So what did I think of Hop as a movie after the second watch? Well, when I first watched it, I thought it was a really good Easter movie. So does it hold up a second re-review? Not really. It doesn't hold up as what I thought this was going to be. Unfortunately, Hop falls into the mediocre category. But let's re-talk about Hop again. So, as you know, I didn't talk what the plot's about. So I'm going to go ahead for the first time, read you the plot of the movie. So here's the plot. He was destined to be the Easter Bunny, but all he wants to do was rock. When teenager E.B. leaves home for Hollywood in pursuit of his dream to become a rock star drummer, he meets Fred, an out-of-work slacker with his own lofty goals. Together the two encounter a series of hilarious mishaps and misadventures, and in the end help each other recognize the importance of family. So yeah. So I did watch the DVD. I watched the Blu-ray when I first watched it, so I figured I'd go ahead and watch the DVD this time. So unfortunately, Hop falls, like I said, falls into the mediocre. The biggest problem is with the movie, it starts out strong. It's good. It starts out strong. So at the beginning of the movie, the Universal logo is shaped like an egg. That's kind of cool. But basically, at the beginning of the movie, we're introduced to E.B., who is just a bunny. He's not a rabbit yet. He's a bunny. So he's just a bunny at first. He doesn't have his shirt. He doesn't have his long sleeve shirt and flannel on. He's just a bunny. So a regular bunny. So his father, Hugh Laurie. I'll run down the cast really quick. That's what I forgot to say. This movie has James Marsden. Russell Brand voices E.B., Kylie Coco, Hank Azaria, Gary Cole, Elizabeth Perkins, David Hasselhoff, Chelsea Handler, and Hugh Laurie. This movie is directed by Tim Hill. So this is by Illumination. So it has a CG by Illumination, but the studio tried to do a live-action anime hybrid. To this day, it's the only movie they ever did with this mashup. Kind of like Rocky and Bullwinkle or Roger Rabbit or any of those movies where they have a human character interact with a cartoon. In this case, a CGI character. So it's fine. I mean, like I said again, so the movie does focus on Marsden plays Fred, and he's, like I said, a slacker, and then all of a sudden his folks are telling him, you need to get a job. His sister, played by Kylie Coco from The Big Bang Theory, so she basically tells him, go move into this guy's place. So they move in, and then now we get E.B. And interesting enough, E.B. kind of has his ways. He meets Marsden, and he realizes that he's just a rabbit, and he starts giving him turkey jerky, but then he realized this is meat. I don't eat meat, because we obviously know animals do not eat meat. So he's like, oh, a carrot. Ah, smart you are. So he's like, that. So the two of them don't like each other, but then he lets them out into the wild. Then he comes back and says, I'm an Easter Bunny. You are? Hop in. So now the two of them become friends. Like, I can't believe when I was a kid. See, right at the beginning of the movie, Marston played the kid who spotted the bunny. Well, he's not EB yet. Well, EB and his father are laying out eggs and realize they realize that he saw them, and then realize, yeah. So now the two of them bond, and they have to get away from these pink berets. They're rabbits in beret hats, which I thought was pretty funny. So pretty much that's it. It's fine. I think James Marsden is good in the lead, and it's okay. I don't know. Like, there are moments. Hank Azaria I thought was very funny as he's the chick. So there's rabbits and chicks, baby chickens, who they work at the factory. So now EB wants to be a drummer, so he meets up David Hasselhoff, who plays David Hasselhoff. I don't know, but David Hasselhoff's alright in it, but I thought he was way funnier in the SpongeBob movie. But he plays a supporting role in this as well, David Hasselhoff. So he auditions for Hoff's Got Talent. So he auditions for that and he gets it. He's like, I like it. I don't like it. I love it. So now, yeah. So Russell Brand, there's a cameo by Russell Brand, so it's weird. We got EB, voiced by Russell Brand, with Russell Brand playing the stagehand, telling EB, you only got 30 minutes, so it's just bizarre. I don't like Russell Brand. I don't know about Russell Brand. I think he's another guy that's just went off the rail, but that's just me. I'm not a Russell Brand fan. I don't know. So he's only in that small role. Gary Cole plays his dad. So, as I said before, it's fine. It has a good message at the end. I think the message is what's going to be the saving point. And the saving grace has to probably be the message. My biggest problem is it's kind of, the jokes don't run. I mean, I like the idea, but there are times where if you see the CG characters talk to the CG, and the CG world is fine, but when the human characters are interacting, we see the scene where they pick up EB, but you can tell that the hand is like really, it feels sort of pixelated, and to me that just didn't work. So that's a flaw with the movie. I don't want to narc on this movie, but it's fine. I don't think like I said, the message at the end is good, and I thought the climax was really good. But yeah, I like the idea. I think kids are going to like this. I think it's a movie that they're going to put on Easter, but I don't see myself watch this anytime soon. So that's why I'm doing the second rewatch, so maybe hold up. It's a slight recommendation, like I said again, but for me it's just mediocre, and at the end of the day, Hop falls into that category. Don't get me wrong, this is not a bad movie. I just think it's just an average watch, mediocre at best. Upon the second watch, with this rewatch, it doesn't really hold up. It's kind of hard to talk about this movie because I've already talked about this before. Like I said again, I don't mind the idea. I hope Illumination does another one of these live action anime hybrids, but after Hop flopped, no pun intended, it kind of rhymes, Hop flopped, that's why the studio doesn't do any more of that, and they're stuck with doing just CGI movies. But I'll give the studio credit for trying something different. For their second movie, they wanted to try something unique. And it's a great idea to basically have a man become the Easter Bunny. A story about a man befriending a rabbit. whose idea was he might be the Easter Bunny without actually being the Easter Bunny. There are some funny moments, as I said. I did like when he goes into the school play and EB is like, he picks up the rabbit and he plays ventriloquist while they're singing "I Want Candy." I thought was pretty funny. I did like when the Green Berets, the father's like, "Green Berets, get them!" And then all of a sudden, the the chick, I can't think of his character's name. Hank Azaria voiced him, but I can't think of the top of my head. But he like douses the Green Berets with chocolate, basically turning them into chocolate rabbits. So I thought that was pretty clever. So there are good moments, but it's just overshadowed by a bland story. Honestly, characters are just one-dimensional. James Marsden, maybe, I will easily say James Marsden is a saving grace. I think James Marsden is the right choice to play this role. And I like the idea, but to compare this and Rocking Bullwinkle, not to say that they're two different movies, I'd probably rather watch Rocking Bullwinkle over this. But I will give the studio credit, not to say that's apples and oranges compared to that. I just feel like the climax, when you teach him how to become teach him how to be the Easter Bunny, is kind of pretty cool. But in the end, there are a few chuckles, but not funny enough to say. But I'm still recommending it. It's okay. Like I said, just mediocre in my opinion. So let's go ahead and rate this right now. So I did not rate this movie like back when I started this series. I would say, Final Verdict, should you see this movie? That's what I did originally. So upon this rewatch, I'm going to give Hop a 3 out of 5. Like I said, upon the rewatch, I thought maybe it was going to hold up. It's fine, as I said before. I think James Marsden is very talented. I think he's really talented in this movie. When you got a mediocre story, characters are just one-dimensional. And I still enjoyed it, and it was still a good watch, but I just felt it was mediocre. It's not a bad movie, guys. I just think, to me, it could have been better. So yeah, so that's my review of Hop. Thank you guys so much for so that's my review of Hop. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you do like the content on the channel, like, comment, subscribe, click the bell, ring the bell to get all of your notifications so you don't miss a single video on the channel. Yeah, I got a little tongue-tied there, guys. Like I said, I'm on Letterboxd, guys, so you can check me out there if you want to. Like I said, I rate the movies while I'm re-reviewing the movie, but I'm re-rating the movie to this movie. I hope you guys get that spiel. I hope you guys get what I'm saying. Sorry if I sound different, but yeah. And like I said, tons of really good content in the channel. Like, I got Universal reviews, I got DreamWorks reviews, I got movie reviews of those, I got Vlog City videos, collection updates, and tons of really cool stuff on the channel. So head on over to the channel, check out what you guys see. There's a ton of stuff on the channel. If you do want to see my original video of Hop, my original review of Hop, I think, like I said, it was on my first year of doing this series. I'll leave a link on the bottom and you guys can check out that if you want to. But like I said, I wanted to start getting into more re-reviews and kind of see if the movie holds up. I haven't seen, kind of like the old video, and kind of do a newer one in there. So like I said, don't worry, we'll get to a new movie and a different movie that I've never seen before. So like I said, like, comment, subscribe, and click the bell to get the video notifications. So like I said, Hop is just mediocre. I will say it's a slight recommendation. It's like I said, if you want to see Hop and check it out for yourself, and if you want to see my original review of it, I will leave a link on the bottom. You can check that out as well. But as for me, Hop just felt mediocre. So yeah, so that's it, guys. And as always, keep watching those Universal movies.